the father that got the baseball and got it not just for his son, but Cahillo signed it, which was awesome. Cahillo Loy, SEC Player of the Week after his outstanding week in 7-12, 3 straight games with a home run. I was trying to think of like the equivalent in other sports of hitting 3 home runs in 3 games, like consecutively, to stack up. Like in football, is that like 3 touchdowns and 3 wins, 3 touchdowns a game? I mean, to do it in consecutive games is pretty great, especially for a guy that was struggling in SEC play and then has all of a sudden turned it on as of late.
It'd be like birdieing 3 holes in a row in golf.
That's a good one.
Maybe it'd be 3 strikes in a row in bowling.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe it would be like in baseball, striking out the side. It might be better than that. That is a good question here. I don't know what the equivalent in football or basketball would be. But,
I saw a guy for the Angels I think the Angels robbed 3 home runs in a game this year.
Wow.
So that's almost harder to do than hit 3 home runs in a game.
Talking about an outfielder robbing them,
3 in a
reaching
game.
over the fence, yeah.
In one game, not in consecutive games.
Yeah.
One game.
Okay, that's up there. The bowling one and the golf, I think, make the most sense to me. Either way, an accomplishment for Cahillo. Happy that he got his just due from the SEC office in Birmingham, and now you're taking on the Oklahoma Sooners, where a former coach of DVH's is there. I feel like we've talked about
and
that
what has become a hot ticket for this weekend. It seems like everybody is seeking out those tickets.
You've got and we've talked about with Oklahoma coming in the league when we were at Meaty Days a couple years ago, and I didn't realize the animosity of River Valley Razorback fans until I moved here with Oklahoma because I've never lived here my entire life. Oklahoma, not traditionally a baseball school. Wish you would have played them in 22 for the national championship. Instead, Ole Miss beat you and went on to win the whole thing. But you've got the proximity. They're good. Like, they're right behind you in the SEC standings. And again, in the back of people's mind, people think that this might be the last time they can watch this team at Baum-Walker Stadium this year, outside of fall ball coming up, because of the prospect of them having to go on the road in the NCAA
That's
tournament.
part of it. Everything you're saying is right. It's the Oklahoma aspect, the border aspect, the final potential home weekend aspect. I think the excitement of last weekend and the way that series ended with Ole Miss have people charged up a little bit. So even on a Mother's Day weekend, people want to go to the ballpark. We're brought to you by Taco Bell. Parents, let your child experience the fun of being official Taco Bell ball hog at Razorback baseball home games. Visit BABallhog.com for your chance to win an official ball hog. Today is the last day to enter. You must be the child must be between 8 and 15. No purchase necessary. Again, sweepstakes ends today. Visit BABallhog.com for details and for a copy of the official rules. It's all brought to you by Taco Bell and the Hit That Line Now app, presented by Taco Bell.
BE saying fired off 3 consecutive contributing texts feels like the same equivalent here.
Well, he would know the feeling.
Yes, as a constant texter on all 4 of our shows. All right, so we got some more baseball stuff to get into outside of the great story that got told on these airwaves yesterday. Not from either of us. Thank you to Rebecca and Brandon for contributing to that. DVH shared some things at the Swatters Club that I think are notable. Probably the biggest 2, DJ Baxendale taking over as GM, and then you're not going to see Carson Wiggins this fall, this season, which you kind of expected. So we'll get into that. Courtney Deifel talking about this upcoming postseason. She was on Sirius XM yesterday. I haven't played the clip from Fernando Mendoza, but I think it's the best way I've heard a question answer in a press conference in quite some time that I want to get into. Longtime Yankees broadcaster John Sterling passed away yesterday, and there was I'm by no means a Yankees fan, but I thought it was a cool tribute for Michael Kay yesterday when Aaron Judge hit a home run. Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless are back together this Friday. You excited about that?
That will be fun. They were kind of like Mike and the Mad Dog after Mike and the Mad Dog. 2 guys that would go at it. Really good debate. Stephen A. would not be Stephen A. without Skip Bayless. So, they did a great job of building that show and then had to part ways. It's amazing how you get a great dynamic chemistry and combination there, and they just couldn't hang in there together longer. But I'm not a big Bayless fan, but I think Stephen A. is a really good entertainer.
Yep. So that's happening on Friday. It sounds like it's just a one-time thing, but we'll see if anything else happens beyond that, but they are back together on First
Skip back
Take.
to relevance for one day at
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
He chased the money over at Fox.
And he's still making it based on his 250,000 subscribers for his own YouTube channel, but maybe not the same equivalent what he was.
Is that a lot
for subscriber base?
Yeah, 250,000.
That what it
on
nets
YouTube?
you? Yeah, what it nets you? I mean, it's a lot for us.
But I don't think on a national level that 250,000. I mean, yeah, we would for a national show. I don't think that's a lot.
But it's his show for a singular guy.
Yeah.
You'd be amazed how much that.
But he's
nets
not
you.
I mean, he is a national platform. Anyway, it's not worth discussing. But to me, 250,000 makes me yawn. For a guy, of his stature. So.
And last thing we'll get in. I say last thing. Another thing we'll get into on the subject of money. Sean Miller was on the field of 68 and talking, and he's under the impression there's 20 to 25 $20 million rosters in college basketball.
I saw this yesterday, and and then I also saw the article was it Dellinger or somebody also had one on football, and what there's going to be $50 million rosters by 27. I mean, where's that all going to come from?
I don't think
where is
Arkansas
this goose
spending 20 to 25 on their roster.
And basketball, that doesn't. I don't think so either. Do you think it's gotten to that?
No, I'm. To me, the story on the football being at 50 was even more, even a bigger deal to me. So.
And there was a coach that I think, I don't know, authenticated that, but had something like, I think in addition to what Ross said, I think there was something like that. So we got that to hit on. But
there's still no transparency. You don't really know the truth yet.
I think again, back to baseball, big series ahead against Oklahoma, the excitement level on that. You had a lot of people at the Swatters Club yesterday, and I didn't listen to the 30 or 40 minutes DVH is up on the podium. I just listened to the media session, so he might have touched on this in the big session. But these comments surrounding Carson Wiggins, the younger brother of Jackson Wiggins, who's been rehabbing, Tommy John, and with the expected date to get him back was this month. Well, now it's May the 5th, and he got asked, I think Matt Jones asked him after this weekend, didn't really elaborate. He did elaborate a little more about the status of Carson Wiggins.
He wasn't happy. He's not happy about it, believe me. He wants to pitch. So that's probably about all I should say on it.
Just to confirm.
Who do you think? His doctor.
Is there any chance that mind could change this year?
Down there? The mind of the doctor in Dallas?
That'd be the one.
I doubt it.
All right.
I doubt it.
So it's the Dallas doctor's
Just go
fault.
against your doctor's advice. Yeah, let's do that.
I've never been an athlete to this caliber, so I don't know how this works. And I know agents and that there's so many you got family and there's so many different people that play a role in this kid's life. You alluded to this being a basketball thing, which everyone's mind immediately goes to Nick Smith from years ago. I just think it's like you don't have beyond Deach, you don't have a guy, and McIlvain, you could put him in the discussion, but he's a closer. You don't have a surefire number two. And I don't know if Wiggins could have come back and been that. Gibbler sounds like he's being taken off the starting rotation this weekend, even though he was okay. You haven't had that third guy all year. And I think they were counting on this kid to be back.
Well, 100%. And the fact that he points out he's healthy but is not going to pitch, you didn't have to stretch your ears out there to hear the frustration in his voice. He needs this guy right now. So that's why I worry more about a regional than if you got through a regional and get to a super. You can deal with 2 out of 3. I don't know that you can deal with trying to find a third and fourth starter right now. So that's why I worry about the regional format more than you got to win that obviously to worry about a super regional. But yeah, this is frustrating when you have someone that maybe could help you and a doctor, an agent, family, whatever it is standing in the way.
And this isn't like Bud Kilmer shooting the kid up in the locker room, right? This is a kid that you heard. I'm going to take DVH's word on this that he wants to play and he's cleared, but the doctor's saying like that. Again, there's facts and information and stuff that we don't have at our disposal, but you need to watch this clip. It's funny enough to listen to it, but
Play it again.
You need to watch DVH's face.
He wasn't happy. He's not happy about it, believe me. He wants to pitch. So that's probably about all I should say on it.
Just to confirm.
Who's today? Yeah. We said they won't let.
Who do you think? His doctor. You know,
Listen to the way he said his doctor.
Yeah.
I'm pitching. I mean, if everybody if he's ready to go, I'm pitching, man.
I don't know.
Was
Like,
DVH calling everybody out there a little bit?
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if Wiggins, like you said, made himself available, goes against medical advice.
It's me.
It goes. I think they call that AMA. Go AMA there.
Robert says Nick Smith 2.0. Scott, the Tortilla Guy, says the doctors, the agents of doctor of choice. Okay. I don't know.
I don't know if we know that, but
yeah, that's
an assumption.
Could be wildly inaccurate, but
They've obviously convinced.
Or he may
Wiggins.
start this weekend. I don't think it's a smokescreen, but you need a lift here, and another pitcher would be that. All right, Pradco Pyramid of Power coming up as well. Don't forget, today is Cinco de Mayo. Get by Joe's Grill and Cantina today. Dollar tacos. We're going to have music tonight, a taco eating contest, a bunch of stuff going on. Check it out on their Facebook page. Be a great place to start for lunch today or dinner tonight. Cinco de Mayo at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps.
all right. John Summerall, new head coach at Florida, had some interesting comments. I believe it was a Jacksonville news station. I want you to listen to this and tell me your thoughts after hearing it.
Yeah, I've got an expectation to win every game we play. That's my expectation. Like I'm not comfortable with anybody going, "Hey, how many games are you comfortable winning this year?" Like anybody that tells me, "Hey, bowl eligible," I'm like, "Yeah, we better be, or I'll be on top of the stadium getting ready to do something stupid." Like so, to me, you have to have urgency every day, and I think as soon as you put a ceiling or a cap on what you can do, and start to like think with limits in mind, you're automatically handicapping yourself. And so for me, man, our expectation is for our guys to expect to win every freaking time we take the field.
This is the opening drive.
I've been on top of Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. It's high up, but it is funny to hear a coach talk like I would say something if Arkansas goes 2-10 again this year. He's like, what's interesting about the Florida job is it was thought to be Lane Kiffin's for a while, right? Timeline was Kiffin's leaving Oxford for Florida. Then the LSU job comes open and he bolts for LSU rather than going to Gainesville. And you've got this another group of five guy, which some are lumping him in with Napier. I don't know if you can necessarily do that. But Florida is just like such a unique place where you've had two really good times, and that's Spurrier and Meyer. And then they've had like Muschamp won 10 games one year, Mullen won 10 games back to back, but they didn't really do anything in the SEC championship or beyond that. They're just in a weird spot where Georgia's taken over that part. You've still got Alabama, you've got Texas and these others. I'm not going to say their window's gone, but this is going to be a really interesting year for Florida.
You just said it. The times they've had great success, they had two all-time great coaches, Mount Rushmore type coaches, Hall of Fame level coaches.
They're not a rich tradition. Like Florida hasn't been
Right.
before the 2000s. They weren't even a
And
contender.
what changed it?
Two great coaches. Yeah.
Spurrier and run and shoot and spread, and then Urban Meyer, as big a scumbag as he is, Tim Tebow helped change that too. I mean, you had two Hall of Fame. Most places with Hall of Fame coaches do pretty well. Look at Arkansas basketball. Hall of Fame coaches 3 different times. You've done pretty well in basketball with 3 Hall of Fame coaches. So I mean, there's the answer to why Florida wants to win at that level again. They've got to turn Summerall into a Hall of Fame coach or go find the next one that will be.
Let's welcome everybody, Bruce Dan and Pradco Fishing. Bruce, what do you think about Summerall's comments, and what do you think about him at the Florida, considering you guys are going to have to play him every year?
Well, I mean, I can't stand them, but Florida's a unique job. It's in Florida, so you got that talent. You can win a natty there. It always makes me laugh when people want to put Spurrier on the Mount Rushmore. He won as many championships as Dean Chiswick, Phil Fulmer. I mean, there's a lot of coaches that won one. So, I think he had a great run, won a lot of Heismans. kind of did the Oklahoma thing. They win a lot of Heismans, and it's a great job. You just gotta figure out how to win, and only a couple of them have done it.
You guys ready to pick some games? It's been a while since you guys have actually been together on a
games,
show.
are we?
Not a show. Sorry, picking 1 through 6. Writing this down as I'm talking.
We call it the Pradco Pyramid of Power, Ty. So, yeah. Good to hear from you. It has been a little while since we've been on together with your travels and mine, but I'm ready to roll. It's the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
Who are the best baseball teams in the SEC? Let's find out.
Perhaps I could be of some assistance.
This is the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
Number one's pretty easy. The offensive-laden Georgia Bulldogs, who, when you look at team statistics, they are number one in team hitting at 325, 131 homers, 444 RBIs. Daniel Jackson's batting nearly 400, and Trey Phelps is batting 372. 18-6 in the league, clear of A&M or Texas and Texas A&M right now in the standings. 5th ranked in the country. I don't know how you could put anyone other than Georgia at the top of the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
Georgia Bulldogs all day long.
Yeah, they did beat Missouri last weekend 3 of 3, which is nothing impressive, but they've won 5 of 6. Their last loss was 2 weekends ago as they won 2 of 3 from Ole Miss. I've got the Texas Longhorns number 2. Very solid effort. Took 2 of 3 this past weekend from Mississippi State. They play them pesky Tennessee Volunteers this weekend. Texas, the 4th-ranked team in the country, I've got them number 2.
Well, I don't know how pesky Tennessee is. They just lost 2 or 3 to Kentucky. But
it was being kind.
Texas number 2. They did take 2 out of 3 from the hottest team in the league. Mississippi State won 8 in a row. So big series win for the Longhorns.
I'm going to move Auburn to number 3 this week. They're ranked 6th in the country. Got some great pitching out of Jake Marciano, who's got a 2.26 ERA. Beat A&M 2 of 3. They get State, like you said, who's been very hot this weekend. Got a team ERA that's number 1 in the league right now of 3.36. I've got Auburn number 3 in the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
I agree with you, Tommy, even though they have 2 more conference losses than A&M.
Mm-hmm.
I love the head-to-head. They beat them 2 out of 3. So, Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, that's exactly why I put them there. I got A&M at number 4 behind Aiden Sims, their stud pitcher, maybe the best in the league. They're 15-8, but they did drop those 2 games in that weekend series with Auburn. A&M's got Ole Miss coming up this weekend. I've got A&M at number 4.
I got the Aggies 4th, and Ole Miss, they had to play Georgia. They had to play at Arkansas. Now they get the Aggies. The schedule getting a little tougher for the Rebels.
Number 5, I've got Mississippi State. They lost 2 of 3 to Texas this weekend. They have Auburn this weekend. Bryce Chance has been their stud at the plate, a 363 hitter. They've been a hot team, but we'll see how they do against a very hot Auburn team. I got Mississippi State at number 5.
Well, it came down between the Hogs and Mississippi State. I love a walk-off to win a series, so I got emotional and went with the Hogs.
All right.
5.
And I've got, I'm going to go with Alabama at number 6. They swept Vandy this past weekend. They get South Carolina this weekend. They're on a little bit of a hot streak. Their numbers are solid. You could put Arkansas there. You could put Florida perhaps there. OU's played well. I got Alabama right now at my number 6 spot.
Dadgum, you mad?
No.
You're not homering up?
No.
Wow.
No.
Okay. Well, I got Mississippi State number 6.
Okay.
So let the record state Bruce Stanton has Arkansas in the Pradco Pyramid of Power. Tommy Kraft does not.
I do not. I've got, we both have Georgia 1. We both had Texas 2. I believe we both had Auburn and A&M 3 and 4, and we differ on 5 and 6. I've got State and Bama. You've got Arkansas and State. Ty, where are we right? Where are we wrong?
Florida's been so up and down this year. That might be the only team that I would include. Bruce, I'm kind of with Tommy. I'm still not there to put Arkansas in yet.
I still see the pitching. I don't see it.
Yeah, Florida.
All right, I want the box seats if anybody's giving them out. Bruce wants the box seat.
For this weekend?
No. I'm just messing.
Well, I was going to hook you up, but so where are we right? Where are we right? Where are we right and where are we wrong, Ty?
like I said, I would try and sneak Florida in there somewhere. I would not have
Neither one of us had Florida.
I would not have Arkansas in the top 6. I would almost put Florida above Alabama, Tommy. So I wouldn't have Arkansas in there, and I would put Florida in before Bama.
Okay.
But they're all sandwiched. They're all sandwiched.
Yeah, that bottom end. Hey, Bruce, fishing's been great. Got a little overcast day today. Gonna be another nice week as we head into Mother's Day weekend.
Dude, I'm throwing a Heading Super Spook Junior, a Rebel Popar, a Booyah Boss Pop. It is topwater time. The water's warming up. Love cloudy days, especially when it's not thundering and lightning. And, hey, remember to go by the Bass Pro Shops in Fort Smith. We got the custom lure shop. You can get your name, your signature, your wife's name, girlfriend's signature on a lure. It's a $3 upcharge from a normal price on a lure to get it custom printed in the shop. So come see it, Bass Pro Fort Smith. Bradco has a custom lure shop.
All right, Bruce, we'll talk to you next Tuesday here on the Morning Rush.
All right, guys. Talk to you.
Hog Update coming up next.
Brace yourself. May mayhem has exploded at the Lewis Automotive Group, and they're crushing prices like never before across all 5 locations. Lewis Automotive, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's lunchboxes are going to people's heads. Because once they've indulged in the mainstays of the $5 box, the decadence of the $7 box, and the abundance of the $9 box with its monumental triple-double crunch wrap, they start expecting everything to be as Lutz. Don't let the Lutz go to your head.
Where's the doorman?
There is no doorman.
That's why we're waiting.
Let's go. Try Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lutz boxes.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for, only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com, RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Spring is showing up and showing out. Give your yard its own moment with limited time deals from Lowe's. Grab select 1.5-gallon annuals hanging baskets, 2 for only $15. Plus, we've got Miracle-Gro 0.75 cubic foot garden soil, 5 bags for just $10. A little dirt, a little color, and we are so back. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid 5/7 through 5/13. Selection varies by location. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
It's the all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet at Golden Corral. Enjoy the endless breakfast buffet with carved ham, tender pork chops, pancakes, French toast, made-to-order eggs and omelets, and, of course, the biscuits and gravy. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And from 8 to 9:30, seniors get all this and a drink for $10.29. Golden Corral, 1801 South Waldron, Fort Smith. Order online at goldencorral.com for curbside pickup or delivery. Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
ESPN Arkansas is growing, and we're looking for motivated sales professionals with digital marketing and media sales experience to join our team. If you have a background in digital or media sales, love sports, and enjoy building relationships and helping businesses grow, we want to hear from you. We offer excellent pay, a market-leading commission structure, and full benefits including health, dental, vision, and life insurance. Ready to join an exciting team environment where every day is different? Send your resume to sales@hitthatline.com. That's sales@hitthatline.com. Pearson Broadcasting is an equal opportunity employer.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game.
ESPN 95.3.
Gage Wood, no hits him. Allen has a wide open man. It's Childs. He's loose. He scores. Childs cleans.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
ARKNSAS.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
Go Hog.
The SEC's battle cry at this point is that they think their last place teams are better than the Big Tens. We literally heard Kirby say that in an interview just last week. Some SEC coaches believe that their national title drought can be attributed to the fact that their 4 worst teams are better than the Big Ten's 4 worst teams. I'm sorry, that takes some serious gold medalist level mental gymnastics to believe that the reason the SEC has a 3-year college football national championship drought is because Arkansas is too good.
Great stuff. And Blake, by the way, I can get you a very...
That's Blake Toppmeyer of USA Today joking about the SEC. Do you think Arkansas could have beaten Purdue this last season? It was 0-9 in conference and 2-10. Your equivalent. Could we have beaten the Boilermakers this last year?
Perhaps, but I'm with him. What does it matter? I mean, what matters is, are your best 3 or 4 teams better than their best 3 or 4 teams? They don't, we want to talk about strength of conference and top to bottom. That's a different conversation than national championships.
Mm-hmm. I got a feeling that, I mean, you could see. I don't think Michigan's going to with Whittingham. Ohio State's always in the mix. Saint's back. I think Smith's back. I don't think he's draft eligible. I got a feeling that Oregon could be the 4th straight Big Ten school that won it all this year with more back.
Again, everything is cyclical, but why are things changing? Well, do you think the roster of coaches in this league is as good as it was 10 years ago?
Well, no, because Saban's not there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And why is Saban and some of the all-time, some of the recent greats, shouldn't say all-time, but he's an all-time great. Why are some of these guys getting out in not just football, but other sports? Because they don't want to deal with the nonsense that a head coach has to deal with in today's world.
The Big Ten just paid out, it's like $1.37 billion. You got to remember, as popular as the SEC is, it still doesn't have as good of a television deal, and the money doesn't flow as much as it does to the Big Ten.
Yeah, it's marginal. It's slightly marginal how much more they get, but why is that, Ty?
There's more population. Above
Exactly. So, I mean, does that make the Big Ten more popular? They just they reside in the upper Midwest, and a part of the country just has more people than the South does, and all that revenue is based on subscription numbers. So that's a big part of the reason why they have marginally more money in their TV deal. But it's not enough money in their TV deal. That's the difference. That's not what's creating the difference in why the Big Ten has won the last 3 and the SEC has not.
Well, what people have said, and it's a joke, but at the same time, there's some truth to it, is you had one conference, the SEC, that's been paying kids forever, and now everyone's paying them. And it's on an equal, the Big Ten's paying them. And the last 3 national championships have come from that league because they feel like it's an even playing field because kids are getting compensated.
I promise you, we will live long enough to see this cycle back around. Just like people in the Big Ten said, it will cycle back around. It's cycled back around. They have the better coaches. They have the better quarterbacks right now, and they're getting the better results. That's the bottom line. The SEC had the best coaches and the best quarterbacks, and they won the most titles. It's not that way right now for a variety of reasons.
Yeah. All right, that is your Hog update here on a Tuesday.
Hey, if you're coming up this weekend for Arkansas and OU, or you got another weekend planned out to be in Northwest Arkansas, stay with our friends at the Inn at the Mill. When we need a place to stay in Northwest Arkansas, we always choose the Inn at the Mill. Centrally located in the heart of NWA at the Johnson exit on 549. It's a unique choice of hotels compared to everything else in the region. Big oversized suites, great breakfast to start the day, close to concerts at the Amp, close to the Naturals ballpark, close to the campus for games, business travel, or just a weekend away. The Inn at the Mill is always there for us, and they'll be there for you. 479-443-1800, 443-1800, or online at innatthemill.com.
All right, we still got a Morning Rush Daily question coming up. I still want to get into the Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith conversation, and congrats to Kahil Loy, who wins SEC Player of the Week. I also want to congratulate our buddy Larry Rath of Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi because it's a new month. And I know that's your favorite time. It's the beginning of the month, Larry.
That's right. We're full of hope. We're going to set records. We're going to have a big old sales month every month, right? It's a good time, and it really is a great time to come in and save right now at Rath Auto Resources, Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi, and Springdale. We've got a big inventory, road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, and you can't buy a better used car. Voted best in the River Valley, the best in Northwest Arkansas the last couple of years. We're real proud of these cars. They're hand-picked, reconditioned in our Meineke Car Care Centers, and then covered by a comprehensive warranty. You cannot buy a better used car than Road Ready Certified, and only available Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Right now, up to $2,000 extra for your trade-in. We need those trade-ins, folks. So both stores are giving extra. It's a great time to get every dime out of your trade-in and make sure that converts into the best newer car that you and your family can get. And let us worry about getting that price and payment where it fits your budget. Just come in and pick one out, take a test drive, one of our friendly non-commissioned solution specialists, and they'll help you find just the right car, and then our team inside will help get that price and payment where you need it. So we'd love to take care of you. And, after the sale, or even if you're not trading, right now is a great time to come into the Meineke Car Care Center. Got some big specials back there. I think 25% off your regular maintenance schedule, your factory maintenance schedule. A lot of folks think you have to go back to the dealership for that. Well, you don't. Bring it in. We can take care of that for you for a lot less money and do it in a way that you're going to want to come back and see Philip and his bunch down here in Fort Smith, or Trey and his bunch up there in Springdale. So let us work on your car in the Meineke Car Care Center. Better yet, take advantage of up to $2,000 extra for your trade and start driving better today in a nicer, newer car from Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith or Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Come in and check us out online, rathauto.com.
Extra for your trade, like you heard him, up to $2,000 more. You got to take advantage of it. All right, Larry.
Yeah. Guys, y'all have a great day, and folks, come and see us.
There it is. It's Larry Rath, Rath Auto Resources, and Rath Mitsubishi. Morning Rush Daily question coming up in just a bit. Also, the sad news of John Sterling passed away, the longtime New York Yankees baseball broadcaster. Cool tribute from Michael Kay, and I know there was something he was wanting to do this summer that we'll tell you about. Stay with us. The Morning Rush continues after this.
Beef win. Hog fans, this is Robert.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback, the only local family and Arkansas alumni Razorback store in the state.
And the Stadium Shop is the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
You know, it seems there's always a Razorback sporting event happening.
And if you need something new for your home, office, or just want to update your wardrobe, the Stadium Shop has new stuff arriving all the time.
And we don't have to ask someone from corporate office to get something that Hog fans want. We are the corporate office.
Hey, Matt, did you hear about the tree out in front of the store?
No, what about it?
I heard it's a bit shady.
Wow, you've got to leave these jokes alone.
Anyway, you can see the shady tree and all the hog stuff at 989 South Razorback Road here in Fayetteville.
But not everyone can get to Fayetteville, so we've got one of those www.
Dad, again, it's called a website, and it's shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or they can call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Oh, yeah. Wins like that those are just good for your soul, man. Those are beautiful.
This is the Morning Rush.
Graduate to a Road Ready certified pre-owned ride and get more for your trade at Rath Auto Resources. Just bring in your old car, even if you still owe money on it. Make the switch to a Road Ready certified pre-owned and get up to $2,000 over appraised value for your trade. With our non-commissioned sales team, painless pricing, and some of the best lenders around, Rath is here to make finding your next car, truck, or SUV easy. Don't settle for the same old car buying experience. Get up to $2,000 extra for your old ride and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith.
Valley Family Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a store card. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
The Arkansas Department of Transportation reminds you there is zero tolerance for handheld devices in highway construction zones, which are hands-free by law. And always slow down when you see orange barrels. Help us keep road workers and drivers safe. We all want to get home at the end of the day. Just remember, slow down, phone down. It only takes a second to change your life or someone else's. This message from the Arkansas Department of Transportation, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1225. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225 or biglou.com.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
Today's May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. We're supposed to eat great Mexican food today. So, A, are you going to have a great Mexican food meal? And B, what is your go-to item today? That's the Morning Rush Daily Question, brought to you by Cart Path Social.
I would say carne asada burrito.
Okay.
Hopefully some hot sauce on the side. That would be the go-to. Usually try to get, when I order, that's usually one of those and 2 or 3 tacos, lots of salsa to go with it.
All right, chips and salsa, of course. Got to start with that. And then I need some really good cheese enchiladas with a perfect enchilada sauce, brown enchilada sauce. So, and a little guacamole. So that's my go-to today. But some crunchy tacos never disappoint.
Darren says street tacos. Go ahead, Big C.
Big C, you got a go-to Mexican meal today on Cinco de Mayo?
Any kind of nachos with chicken and bell peppers, onions, and
it's like fajita nachos.
Maybe some shrimp in there, man. It's hard to beat that. Maybe a bed of rice with just some cheese on it. Some queso is good.
Like a Steven special?
Yeah, just those type of things right there are the go-to.
Homemade fruit punch. Sean says a fajita steak taco salad.
There you go.
Another Scott says lingua tacos. That's tongue, right? That's tongue.
Don't
Sheep
ask
tongue,
me.
cow tongue.
Ooh.
I think that's right. I think that's what lingua is.
It's supposed to be good, I guess.
It's like when you go to
never had cow tongue that I know of.
Lingua Mexican. I can't remember.
Pasta?
No, it's
linguine.
That's linguine.
Beef tongue.
Beef
Yep.
tongue.
Okay,
All right.
I thought it was tongue. It's like when you go to certain taco trucks and you've got the English version and then the Spanish version, or vice versa. You see those and they kind of stick in your craw.
We've probably all had it at some point. We just don't know it. So.
Disappointed sports fan says a shot of tequila the size of a dump truck. It's been a long day already.
Oh,
it's
a little
only
early for that.
9:43, buddy.
Yeah.
Early. B says homemade fruit punch. I will say that was my brother used to love. Did they have Mexico Chiquitos? Have you ever had that?
Well, I had it, but in Little Rock.
They, because I know that's a Little Rock thing, but I didn't know if they had it in other parts of our state. They have the best homemade fruit punch. And you go to there's certain other Mexican restaurants, I feel like they're known for fruit punch. I was a fan of horchata. You ever had horchata? It's like cinnamon rice water. Oh, man. Highly recommend. Have you ever had a horchata?
They've got it at Sonic right now.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Have you ever had it?
Yeah, it's like you said, it's like water, like a little bit flavored.
It's very good. It looks weird, but it's very good.
I prefer a slush.
JT in Hot Springs. My youngest daughter's grandmother's part Mexican. She makes authentic soft corn tortillas, chicken tacos, and tamales. It's amazing. When you can make homemade tortillas or get them homemade, there's something to be said about that. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question on Cinco de Mayo. What are you getting today? Cart Pass Social, #1 place for indoor golf in all of Arkansas. You could bring some Mexican food and stop by and see Christian Olsen, Nate Garahan tonight or today. Maybe you want to skip work. Maybe you're having a bad day like disappointed sports fan and you just want to skip work. Well, the good thing, disappointed sports fan, it's BYOB. So you're all carefree if you want to go and stop by and see them. You play on over 1,000 different golf courses. Invite your friends, invite your family, invite your coworkers. CartPassSocial.com, 122 Grant Place in Lowell, in the heart of Northwest Arkansas. Let's go to the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Ryan's in Hot Springs this morning. Ryan, do you got Mexican food on the agenda today?
Not today, but we had some over the weekend. My wife made street tacos that were just the chef's kiss.
Nice.
But I lucked out and I got a pretty good cook for a while. I hit the lottery on that one. But the reason why I called though was y'all were talking last segment about the difference between the Big Ten and the SEC or whatever, and how our lower team would beat their lower team. Well, I think the point he was trying to get to was how much closer the talent is, even for our lower our lower winning teams compared to the Big Ten. Because I mean, think about it. You saw two teams that come right off the mind with Ole Miss and Alabama, who made the SEC or who made the playoff last year, that had to squeak by a bad Auburn team and a bad Arkansas team. I just think that I guess what I'm trying to say is the SEC tends to has beaten itself up the last few years, even with the teams that have lost more are still good enough. If you're not careful, they can still sneak up and get you, and it's not as prevalent in the Big Ten as it is the SEC. I guess is what would be my argument.
Yeah, I think there's an argument to be made there. I think that what like Ohio State had on their side for so many years is they were the top dog in that league, and they could skirt by and skate by throughout the Big Ten regular season. They can't do that anymore. I mean,
I think the gap widens. I think the gap widens now that the SEC is going to go to 9 games. Every other year, you're going to play 5 on the road. It's going to get more difficult in the SEC.
Oh, yeah.
It's not, while the 8 has been a challenge, and Arkansas hasn't done well playing 8, it's not going to be easier for anyone playing 9, Ryan. I think this gap may widen a bit between the Big Ten and the SEC.
Well, I had another question for y'all. I wanted y'all's thoughts on this. Because of the 9 game season, I don't know if y'all know who, you remember the podcast Stitsky? He was a former coach for Saban, and he's got a podcast now. Well, he went on there and was saying that he was predicting that he thinks the SEC is going to go away from doing a championship game.
He's not the only one that said that. There's a lot of money.
That's not going to happen.
There's a lot of money that's tied up in that between Mercedes-Benz and Atlanta and ESPN. I'd be curious to see what that number actually was.
There will have to be a change, Ryan. There will have to be a change as a whole in the sport. Like, the SEC won't be the only one not doing this. That all the other conferences will come into some kind of agreement with ESPN and their TV partners as to how that game will be absorbed into a new playoff format somehow. That's the only way these things are going away. And we pretend like it's meaningless. I think still winning a conference championship in any sport still means something to the ones coaching and the ones playing.
I can tell you, sitting right next to Darius Acuff and Malik Thomas and all those guys that contributed to Arkansas's first SEC championship since 2000, that meant the world to them. And it's more significant in football.
And they can't take it away. You may not win the national title, but they can't take away that conference title.
So I think, Ryan, appreciate the call. You said something that I hadn't thought about. With them expanding to 9 games like you're talking about, and I think about like Oklahoma and Texas when they came in the league. So when Alabama played Oklahoma 2 years ago in Norman, Oklahoma wasn't good. And they beat Alabama by like 20 or 30. And that's like because and Arkansas, unfortunately, is still one of those teams that you can take lightly and still probably win. But because of with those 2 additions, and then you, again, multiply that, and not multiply, you add the additional game to what you're doing. You know how we talked about? It's like, I don't know how many SEC wins is going to win the league. And it turns out Florida ended up being really good in basketball. You're going to probably have, 2 7-2 teams in the championship that get there by tiebreakers? I mean, I can't see an SEC team going
the conference
in the conference championship. Do you see 2 SEC teams at 8-1? Because I don't.
Well, I think there will be. I think the days of having an undefeated champion.
Oh, it's
gone.
Gone.
I don't know if you'll have 2 7-2 teams. The problem with 5 on the road, 4 at home, the balance of schedules isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always going to be the argument, but they had an extra home game and they had an extra road game. And those are going to be things left up to committees somehow to decide. But I think I'd be surprised if we had 2 7-2 teams very often. Will it happen? Yeah, it's going to happen. Is it going to be the norm? I don't think so.
I think when you look at this, the Southeastern Conference, and I know like Greg Sankey will always use the term super conference, like when he gets asked about expansion, because he feels like they already are. In a lot of cases, the
SEC is a super conference.
He is right, but you're also in a situation now where you've got to take back the mantle. If you're the Southeastern Conference. You cannot allow a Big Ten team, because the SEC was not in the national championship last year. They weren't national runner-up. They made a College Four because Ole Miss lost to Miami late. Didn't have one 2 years ago because it was Notre Dame and Ohio State. And then 3 years ago,
TCU.
Michigan beat who? Who did Michigan beat in the championship?
Oh, Washington.
Washington. So 3 straight years, it's not just you didn't finish as a national runner-up. You were in the 4. So there is in the previous, from like 22 to 2007, that only happened, I think, twice. I think it was 2014 when Ohio State beat Alabama, and there's one other year. But the last 3 years, it's happened every year where you haven't even made the championship.
So what's Greg Sankey supposed to do about that?
I don't know.
Well, you said he needs to do something about it. What does he need? I mean, what is the commissioner of the conference supposed to do about it?
Let me reframe. The SEC needs to take back that mantle. They're not going to poach Ohio State or one of the other teams, and Notre Dame's going to keep making the money with NBC. But you can't continue to claim, and I know that's his job as the head of the Southeastern Conference.
There's not even a conversation that the SEC is the third best conference. No one.
No.
I mean, that's no one's drunk enough on a bar stool to even claim that. So it's you're only talking about is the Big Ten better or the SEC better? Right now, it's pretty clear in the short term, the Big Ten's better. If we want to have a conversation over the last 10 or 15 years, it's a different conversation. Obviously, the last 5, it's changed, particularly the last 3 as we've really examined it. So, I mean, let's not act like the SEC somehow fallen off of the edge of the cliff, that they're not even in this universe. They're not even. I mean, who would be third? Would it be the Big 12 or the ACC? I mean, exactly. But there's nowhere. I mean, neither one of those leagues are close in any way, shape, or form to the Big Ten or the SEC.
Kind of like Arkansas's day one starter compared to the rest of the pitching staff outside of McElvain. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just
drop off. Is that the comparable?
I'm just
one?
saying. So let's not have this conversation like the SEC has just lost its way. No longer a viable conference.
I guess
Well,
when
that's
you
not
just
true
get
either.
used to something for so long and then it changes pretty drastically in a 3-year run, it's a little jarring to me. That's what I'm getting at.
Hey, if you run a small business and you do not have a professional website, let me tell you about our friends at Modular Orange. If you're tired of messing around with those do-it-yourself platforms that you got to figure it out on your own and try to build your own website because it's quote-unquote free, you need to check out Modular Orange. They're based right here in Fayetteville. They build websites for business owners all across Arkansas, and the best part is they'll write it, design it, maintain it, and keep it going for you for just $95 a month. So instead of sitting at your computer fighting with that software, fighting with your computer, you can focus on serving your customers. Get started today with a phone call, 755-3043, 479-755-3043, or visit modularorange.com.
Hour 2, including Tom Murphy, coming up.
Hey, it's Phil Elson for Bath Makeover of Arkansas, now seeking skilled craftsmen. Bath Makeover is hiring the natural state's best plumbers, electricians, bathroom installers, and project managers to keep up with high demand. If you're ready for steady work and better pay, Bath Makeover of Arkansas wants to talk to you. Bath Makeover's commercial division is growing as well, installing over 100 bathrooms a month, knocking out multi-unit projects quickly, easily 10 bathrooms in a single week at hotels, apartments, and government housing all across Arkansas. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is looking for experienced, qualified, skilled craftsmen to join their talented team. To learn more about job opportunities, visit bathmakeoverar.com. That's bathmakeoverar.com. Plumbers, electricians, bathroom installers, and project managers. Visit bathmakeoverar.com. That's bathmakeoverar.com.
Hog fans, this is Robert.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback, the only local family and Arkansas alumni Razorback store in the state.
And the Stadium Shop is the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
You know, it seems there's always a Razorback sporting event happening.
And if you need something new for your home, office, or just want to update your wardrobe, the Stadium Shop has new stuff arriving all the time.
And we don't have to ask someone from corporate office to get something that Hog fans want. We are the corporate office.
Hey, Matt, did you hear about the tree out in front of the store?
No, what about it?
I heard it's a bit shady.
Wow. wow, you've got to leave these jokes alone.
Anyway, you can see the Shady Tree and all the hog stuff at 989 South Razorback Road here in Fayetteville.
But not everyone can get to Fayetteville, so we've got one of those www.
Dad, again, it's called a website, and it's shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or they can call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
This is the Morning Rush.
Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lutz boxes are so luxurious, you might wonder if a chauffeur will pick you up from the restaurant. And how could you not? With selections like the signature $5 box, decadent $7 box, and abundant $9 box featuring the triple double crunch wrap with layer upon layer of what you love. While the drink is included, a chauffeur isn't. So plan accordingly. Don't let the Lutz go to your head. Choose your $5, $7, or $9 Lutz box at Taco Bell today. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price of participation varies. Drinks excludes freezers and specialty beverages. That's extra.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at goforsgren.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with 0 alcohol, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and 0 calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
You will never find a boring old burger at Art's Barbecue and Burgers in Fort Smith. Try the Wild West Burger, topped with a hotline, jalapenos, and Art's hot sauce. The Brisket Burger, with tender brisket and caramelized onions on top of their hand-patted burger. Or the famous Art Attack, with house bacon, smoked ham, an onion ring, and a fried egg. There are 10 different burgers to choose from, and they're all $1 off every Saturday. Art's Barbecue Burgers and more. Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, strong to severe thunderstorms expected. We could see some damaging winds, hail, and even a few isolated tornadoes. Temperatures today into the mid-70s north, close to 80 south. Chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight. Overnight lows will drop down upper 40s north, mid-50s south. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forsgren Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, you're listening to ESPN 95.3, ERX Paris Fort Smith. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Michelob Ultra.
You could drink beer.
The superior light beer for the social athlete.
We had a dad run up right after, and I think
honestly, I think Dakota didn't realize all of what had happened, that it was a home run. And, the dad came up and asked if he could have it for his son, and Dakota just handed it over. I was a little salty about it, but it's okay.
I have the ball.
So you were the dad that came to the window?
I was in the right spot at the right time.
Wow.
Did you actually give it to your
I was
son?
tracking the ball, trying to catch it, and it landed out of my grasp. One hopped into the airstream there, and was fortunate enough that they let my son go home with it. And even better news, he got it signed by Lloyd.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
Organic radio is the best. You can't beat it. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. We were talking with Rebecca Lindsay, who was in the food truck at T-Boy's Barbecue in the outfield yesterday at Baum Walker Stadium in the hog pen. And Kihio Lloyd's home run goes in there. Her coworker Dakota gives it to Brandon, who was listening and called in, and then gave it to his son, who then got Kihio Lloyd to sign it. Kihio wins SEC Player of the Week after his outstanding weekend against the Ole Miss Rebels. And now you got potentially your final home series ahead this weekend against the Oklahoma Sooners.
That I'm going to tell you, that's a hot ticket, Mother's Day weekend. People want to go. I think there's a little bit of concern with some. This might be the final chance to see the Razorbacks in state at Baum Walker. So I think it's going to be a crowded weekend. You're playing Oklahoma, border rivals. So one of your, obviously closest opponents that you're going to play geographically. So I think it's going to be a busy weekend with all going on at Baum Walker. It's going to be busy on Monday. Ty, you and I are going to be at the Mercy Classic this next weekend, or this next Monday. Going to be a lot of fun. Still time for you to get a team signed up and help support Mercy and their cancer center that they are trying to enhance and make even better. You can tee it up with us at the Mercy Golf Classic at Hartscrabble Country Club. Great shape. We were out there this weekend. Greens are firm and fast, and you're going to enjoy your day of golf at Hartscrabble. Mercy's looking to expand their cancer center, and you can help support that with morning and afternoon tee times available. Register your team today by calling 479-314-1133. That's 314-1133, or visit mercyhealthfoundation.net/FTSM Golf. That's mercyhealthfoundation.net/FTSM Golf, or call 479-314-1133 and join us at the Mercy Golf Classic, supporting the Mercy Cancer Center.
Oh, yeah. Wins like that those are just good for your soul, man. Those are beautiful. Those make your team happy and fans happy, and just make you kind of think, okay, we can come back, or that game we lost earlier this year, that makes up for it. And whenever you blow one, you got to steal one, and we probably let a game or two go in league play that's been frustrating. And so when you get one back like that, it's a good thing.
That was DVH at the Swatters Club yesterday. Tom Murphy now joins us via the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Tell you else is good for the soul. Listen to Tom on Tuesdays, recap the weekend. Tom, baseball-wise, kind of dicey down the stretch, and then you got a freshman that sends it out, and you win the game, win the series, and really it's crazy how each weekend I feel like we have a different opinion of this baseball team, doesn't it?
Yeah, morning, guys. It's been an up and down ride, and I'll tell you, just consider right now, had they lost that game versus they won it, okay? So you lose the series to Ole Miss, you fall behind them, you're out of the, quote, top 8, that get the buys at the SEC tournament. And instead, you get your first, I think, from trailing to going ahead in the bottom of the ninth inning win for Arkansas in like 16 years, I want to say. I think Matt Jones detailed the last time they were trailing in the ninth and got a go-ahead home run to walk a team off, which is it's just so rare. And the fact that it was a freshman and Turner, the fact that he was up there to bunt to start with, that it was against Ole Miss's ace closer, all these things are like, but it's just like you said, Van Horn, then, good for the soul. It rejuvenates your team. And so now, they're on that fringe talk of hosting again, certainly a very quality number 2 seed for the NCAAs right now. So a lot of positive things. And honestly, maybe they have a situation with their starting pitching where and now Van Horn mentioned they're probably going to go 100 each and then TBA, but you could theoretically have Gabe Gackle back in your starting rotation. So they've got pieces now.
You mentioned the buys. You might have been the one that asked him the question. He's like, well, that you'd like that, but we don't necessarily talk to the team about it. Tom, how important is it being inside the top 8 post these next 2 weekends heading to Hoover?
Well, it's about the perception of your team by the national, by the committee, and where you get projected by all the sites that track that kind of thing. And honestly, I don't know if winning in recent years, Arkansas's results in Hoover haven't, been that determinative of what they were going to be seeded in the tournament. This year might be a little different, and if you win a couple or win it all, then maybe you can host. But I don't think they go into it thinking we've got to win this tournament. But it's still really nice to have the extra days to get your pitching, so you're not stretching out your starting pitching with three or four games maybe. So it has its added benefits, that's for sure.
How important is it for this team to host? They've played, arguably better on the road at times. Is it important that they hosted Baum Walker for a regional?
I don't think. I mean, we obviously know the advantage that playing at Baum Walker has given Arkansas, even though they didn't capitalize in 23 and 24 against those teams in purple, Kansas State and TCU. But we've also seen where in 22 they go on the road and not only take the regional at Oklahoma State, but they go take down North Carolina in 2 games. So I think to me it's all about the relative momentum of your team heading into the postseason. And I think, speaking, with cautious optimism here, Aloy's hitting better. Pompey's not striking out as much. Nolan Souza seems to be getting it more together. If they can get Helfrich and Kojal back kind of in decent grooves, and then have one, get Rutenbar a little bit going, then you start having the elements of a very dangerous batting order going into the postseason.
Help me understand the RPI. Arkansas wins 2 of 3. We talk about the walk-off fashion, which doesn't factor in, but the RPI goes down after a series win. Some of this is a little bit hard to understand, how you can win and not improve against a team that had a ranking better than you.
Well, if I could understand the RPI, Tommy, I'd probably be doing something a lot more lucrative financially. But I guess it's just, even though Ole Miss is a very well-regarded team, maybe teams all around Arkansas had more impressive weekends. I really don't know, but it seems to me if you're playing Ole Miss, who has got a higher RPI, I think, than Arkansas, I guess the fact that it was at home has something to do with it. But, look, Arkansas's RPI with OU left and then the road series at Kentucky is not going to appreciably move up a great deal. Realistically looking at this, their chances of hosting, I think, are pretty slim. However, should they sweep OU and Kentucky, do well in the tournament, then maybe they get back in that talk. But I just don't know if that's, realistic. So I think what their RPI is right now is about what it's going to be, barring a collapse down the stretch.
Tom Murphy, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, with us via the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Tom, help me also understand this deal with Carson Wiggins, I should say. That was the first time, like Dave's kind of kept it to the chest, but you could tell he's a little animated, a little frustrated about it more yesterday than I've seen the last couple of weeks. What's your take on this whole mess?
Well, I don't know if it's super simple, but there are people in Wiggins' corner, including his doctor, don't know the guy's name, who they're thinking about maybe his long-term and all that. And even though he's 100%, if you're Dave Van Horn, sure you want a guy with a 100-mile-per-hour arm to join your team late in the season. I get it. Are there upsides to him coming back and playing the late in the season? Sure. I mean, if he does really, really well, then it could improve his draft stock. He would be draft eligible, and he could move up in the rankings. But could he hurt it? Obviously, he could hurt it if he's rusty and doesn't locate well or whatever, or risks worsening the injury. So I see both sides of the situation. But it seems to me like long-term interest, long-term financial potential for Wiggins. You've got people advising. So I do sense and feel Dave's frustration, though, as well.
One of the other big takeaways from yesterday's Swatters Club, at least in the media session, was DJ Baxendale taking over as GM, played on the team from I think he was 10 to 12 and has served in another capacity, but sounds like he's going to be in that baseball role, Tom, post this season.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense because he's already got good relationships with the players. He'll take a lot of stuff off of Dave Van Horn and his staff who, it's like Sam Pittman used to say, they were having to tell kids on their roster whether or not they thought they were worth what the kids were asking for. And that's why general managers help in that regard. It takes some off of Van Horn's plate, and DJ Baxendale can say run numbers past him instead of him having to work on that kind of stuff. So it makes a lot of sense. The game's ever evolving, and the more guys you have, not only is Baxendale going to do that kind of thing, but they're also evaluating talent across the country and who might get into the portal and who you could be ready to offer at a moment's notice if that type of thing happens. So DJ Baxendale serving a very valuable role already, and this will only help improve his compensation and his value to the team.
Yeah. When you look at kind of where things are at, every time Dave's teams, and there hadn't been many what you would call step backs, from previous year. I mean, I know you may not make a College World Series, but I think this has been, closer to what 2016 than some would have liked. There's always adjustments. There's always staff changes. There's always something that Dave has done in the past to make sure that we get back on the right path. So I imagine this is maybe the first of several things we may see coming in the future to kind of get this back to where he wants it to be.
Exactly. You look at the high-level college baseball teams right now, and there's so many parts that you have to have functioning. Your scouting, your in-game, the analytics that you get and help improve players on an individual basis, and then what it takes to stay in the game from adjusting your roster year to year and how you allot your finances to that. It's so much more complicated, but nobody has done it better since 2017 than Arkansas baseball. I mean, the proof is in the results, and that's what they've done. And to hear Dave talk, when you think about their training, when you talk about their analytics side of things, their predictive results on everything they're doing, and then what their portal analysis and scouting looks like, I mean, you have to be on top of it on all these levels, and there's so many personnel in place that can do that. And then how you relate to the players and what your in-game strategies are like and how you adjust what your signals are. I mean, there's so much to baseball now, and Arkansas is doing it on a level that's comparative or better than anybody in the country.
And I know we don't have the answer, but it's reasonable to wonder how many more seasons Dave has in front of him. He's reaching an age that many start thinking about winding it down. We know the grandkids are important to him. We know the elephant in the room is no national championship, but let's be honest, there's many, many, many more seasons behind him than ahead of him, and you just wonder how many more, Tom, are ahead for Dave Van Horn. It'll be his choice, but you wonder where his mind's at on that.
Yeah, you do, and I guarantee you he's not thinking about that now. I mean, he's such a driven guy. So you and I and the media can speculate on what that would look like, and there are so many factors involved into what could alter or impact his timeline. And so winning a national championship could maybe make him relax. But he's such a driven guy, and to hear him talk, I think that's why there's such a devoted fan base to Arkansas baseball, is they can hear the passion every time he goes up in front of the Swatters Club. He's always a very sharing guy. He tells you what he thinks about Carson Wiggins. He tells you, injury situations. There's so many other coaches who would be so much more buttoned down. And I think that's why he's endeared himself to the Arkansas fan base. So he's not thinking about that. But obviously the point you make is legit, that, you start thinking about what the exit ramp looks like if you're outside the program for him. And they've built it to such a powerhouse. It's set up for whoever succeeds him, including, Matt Hobbs, if he's the coach in waiting. I don't know. It would be so nice if he'd already had the 2018. I know you think about this with a lot of regret, but 2018 I thought was their season. 2021 they were clearly the best team in college baseball and just didn't get it. So you'd like to see him snare one, maybe in a year like this where they're not going to be a favorite going into the postseason. But anyway, he's not thinking about that, but we certainly can.
And you just look at his coaching tree, and you think about Tony Vitello, you think about Wes Johnson. There's been a lot of success come off the Dave Van Horn tree, and if it is someone that's currently here on staff, and you mentioned Hobbs, or if you go down that tree, you like your chances of success with kind of the lineage he's built in his coaching tree.
Yeah, you do. I mean, obviously there were a lot of folks who thought Tony would be a really great successor, but now that he's with the Giants, and it's a totally different thing now with him. And then, of course, Matt Hobbs, if something were to happen this year and, they win it, and I'll say they win it all, and Dave's like, you know what, that's good. I think Hobbs would be a very natural success. Nate Thompson, you can't rule out. I don't know what his, ultimate ambitions would be, but certainly being a head coach would be enticing. I mean, yeah, his tree includes a lot of guys in the industry, and then, you got one coming in this weekend with Todd Butler and OU.
Let's talk about the other head coaches on this campus, starting with Cal. Tom, you had the initial commitments from Cooper Bowser and then Wilkinson, Mika Murinen as well. Haven't heard a lot since. Still waiting on if you get another big man out of the transfer portal. Surprise! I mean, we're about a month into since the portal opened. Surprised that we haven't gotten one more addition, and I guess you're still waiting on Billy and Malik to make their decisions here in about 3 weeks.
Right. You have to maintain some flexibility with those two because you got to keep 2 roster spots open for them. But, yes, it would be nice if they got another what you consider a thick, sturdy, big guy. I mean, you just need the rebounding. You need the rim protection. And, the other 2 you mentioned, Bowser, Murinen, certainly are going to help in that regard. But I think another, a flex forward, a power forward, or just a true center would certainly be something this roster could use.
All-in road shows next week. You got the 4 dates, 3 in Arkansas, 1 in Frisco. When you saw that, and I think we talked on it a little bit, I know you went to the one, I believe, in Bentonville last year. I think Coach Silverfield's in Fort Smith tomorrow at a Boys and Girls Club event. Should he try to go somewhere else? I know they've got this one set up, but I think Fort's just too small, Tom. The minimum, not minimum amount, but I just don't know if that's enough for this offseason. Do you?
Well, I don't know if you can measure a number of appearances for the alumni bases versus what, how much you can attract more interest in from the fan base. I just don't know. I haven't given a ton of thought to that. But I do think it's good that he's at all of them. It used to be kind of split up. Sam Pittman would show up here and then say, John Calipari or Eric Musselman would go there, and Hunter Yurchek would appear here. But this one, I think it's all Ryan Silverfield, and I think he's on board with wanting to do that and wanting to try to spread as much goodwill as he can in this season where you're trying to earn that kind of thing. So it's hard for me to say whether I think that 4 is minimal or 4 is enough. I'm just not sure. But I think they all understand that creating more positivity toward the football program is very imperative for where they are.
Tom, great to hear from you. Let's do it again Thursday morning.
All right. Sounds good, guys. See ya.
All right. Tom Murphy, brought to us by the Arkansas Beef Council, joining us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. They've narrowed it down, guys, to 5 of the best burgers in the state. And the Arkansas Beef Council wants you to help decide who has the best burger in Arkansas. You can go to their Facebook page, just search out Arkansas Beef Council, or go to their website, arkansasbeef.org. They've got one for 5 different regions in our state, including the local Wagyu burger and their Ozark Farmhouse, from the Ozark Farmhouse in Clinton. In Region 2 in Pocahontas, the double burger at the Little Blue Market. In Region 3, the Wombat burger at Ulf's Food Trailer. In Delight, Pine Bluff's Bubba Burger at Mama's Diner is in Region 4, and Bobby's Cafe. Did you ever go to Bobby's in North Little Rock? The Bobby Burger is amongst the best 5. So go to arkansasbeef.org/best burger contest and cast your vote for the best burger in Arkansas. We'll follow along and find out where is the best burger in Arkansas, brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council.
Mentioned this a little bit earlier. Longtime Yankees broadcaster John Sterling passed away from heart failure yesterday morning. He's 87 years old. He had heart surgery earlier this year. It's a bummer because one of the things he told current Yankee broadcaster Michael Kay is he wanted to walk his daughter down the aisle this summer at her wedding. Well, obviously he's not going to be able to do that. But I thought that, I'm not a Yankees fan, but I thought it was kind of cool on Michael Kay to give him a little bit of an homage yesterday.
And the pitch. High drive, right center field, going back to Varys. It is high, it is far, it is gone. Aaron Judge, a Judgian blast. Here comes the Judge.
Kay's good in his own right, but Sterling's known for that kind of phrasing, and then this.
Yankees win! Yankees win!
That's just iconic.
Kay did a good job of capturing the Yankee, the eliteness of that franchise. I mean, they are the best franchise in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And the Dodgers are kind of making a case for that as well. But I mean, just listening to him call Yankees game, it felt like you're watching the best out there on the field. He just did good at capturing that.
Well, he had that connection with the fan base because of decades of service. He was no Vin Scully or Jack Buck as far as a broadcaster, but he did it for a number of years, and Yankee fans loved him the same way Cardinal fans loved Jack Buck, or the same treasure that Vin Scully was with Dodger fans. So, an amazing career that, what's it been, 3 or 4 years since he hung it up. So, but one of the greats in our lifetime in baseball.
I just anytime you have a broadcaster that's been at any franchise for years upon years, I like listening to those guys because they, as you said, they built in such a community within that fan base, and all the fans know about their little quirks, their phrases, their how they go about their business, and that's something I just have always thought is really cool when it comes to the nerdiness of the broadcast side.
Well, and technology's bringing back, in some places, the value of the broadcaster, the radio guy that kind of got pushed to the side in some places because of the TV broadcast. Now with your phone and apps and your ability to listen anytime, anywhere, it makes it so much. People prefer that. A lot of people will sync that up with the TV. They have a preference. I know a lot of people do that with Phil and Bubba on the Razorback broadcast, and use our app to do that. So, I mean, you build a connection and a relationship with someone, and people of a certain age can tell you about going to sleep listening to Jack Buck call Cardinal games when they were a kid in the 60s and 70s and 80s. There's countless stories of that, and I'm sure it's no different with Sterling and the Yankees, and he certainly had that signature call when he proclaimed that the Yankees win. The Yankees win. Well, I don't think I could do
I'm
it
not gonna do it
justice.
either.
So, hey, we're brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group, your number one source for top quality aggregates, asphalt, and ready-mix concrete. Whether it's a small residential project or you have a large-scale commercial job, APAC has you covered, and no job is too big or too small. If you need expert advice, they're there for you every step of the way with their construction consultant services to ensure your job stays on the right track. 479-587-3300 for all your rock, asphalt, and ready-mix needs. It's APAC and Standard Materials Group, 479-587-3300.
All right, when we come back, we've got some SEC stuff to get into, including Sean Miller, Texas head basketball coach, on rosters. Courtney Deifel previews the postseason, and the NCAA baseball rules community is allowing the SEC to do something coming up in Hoover. Stay with us. The Morning Rush continues next.
Brace yourself. May mayhem has exploded at the Lewis Automotive Group, and they're crushing prices like never before across all 5 locations. Lewis Automotive, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'll just be honest with you.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Graduate to a road-ready certified pre-owned ride and get more for your trade at Rath Auto
Tommy
Resort.
Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's lunchboxes are going to people's heads. Because once they've indulged in the mainstays of the $5 box, the decadence of the $7 box, and the abundance of the $9 box with its monumental triple-double crunch wrap, they start expecting everything to be as Lux. Don't let the Lux go to your head.
Where's the doorman?
There is no doorman.
That's why we're waiting. Let's go.
Try Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 lunchboxes.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for, only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com, RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight. We're about to be tough there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
But this afternoon is a day for the Razorbacks to celebrate. Arkansas wins the tournament.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
I would say that I paid close attention to the SEC, and I think that we competed at a very high level. The University of Texas is investing in our basketball program to allow us to compete for the top prize, and I think we're in the company of about 7 or 8, where, guys are really along the same lines as us. But I don't know, Jeff, I would educated guess. Sometimes you don't have all the information. How many of 20? I would say 20 to 25.
Texas head coach Sean Miller talking about the number of $20 million rosters in college basketball. And Texas is one of them. They've got a really good roster. Texas is going to be probably top 4, top 3 in preseason SEC predictions, right up there with Arkansas, who's got a really good roster too. You know what's wild is Arkansas is the number 1 recruiting roster, and yet I feel like their transfer portal has kind of been under what I was expecting. Does anyone else feel that way? You've got this incredible young core that you're bringing in, but I just don't know how good they're going to be. 1, because I don't know what Billy and Malik are going to do. 2, I just don't know if I'm that sold on Cooper Bowser in the SEC just yet. And maybe I'll be proven wrong, but that's just kind of where my mind keeps justifying and going back and forth.
And if Billy and Malik don't come, then you feel like you're kind of in a tough spot.
Mm-hmm.
Too young, maybe.
A lot of freshmen this
Which is not the formula that's winning right now.
I think Billy's going to end up coming back. I will say this. You were gone when we mentioned this stat. The amount of, and I don't have it in front of me, it was only like 71 early entries for the NBA, which is like the lowest number since 2000 and it's like mid-2000s if I remember that right.
Yeah.
Because kids are sticking around. Well, you got the preseason SEC Player of the Year in Thomas Houck, who is a projected lottery pick, top 14, like Moses was. He's back in school because he's making
$10 million.
What was the state, Christian? You were telling the report at whatever it was. I mean, it was insane. It's like quarterback money times 2 or 3, and he's kind of the anomaly. Kids aren't making $10 million all over the place.
He doesn't have that much like room to grow. Like he's pretty much. I mean, you know what you're going to get from him. You know what type of player he is.
He's going to be a key piece along with Boogie and some of the other guys. I don't know if Chinaloo's going to end up staying or not, but that is, again, that's what NIL has done. It's not just like that in basketball, but
it's made the decision harder.
Mm-hmm. It has.
NBA money's still better than you're going to get in the NIL. I think in 99% of the instances, because of the rookie contract. But let's not act like you got generational wealth with a rookie contract unless you're taken up in the lottery, in the top half of the lottery. Even the bottom half of the lottery, it's great money. Any of us would crawl over broken glass amongst hot coals to get to it. I get that. But when you compare it to top-level NIL money, it's not a huge gap over the course of a lifetime or even the next 10 years.
Yeah, and we were talking about Carson Wiggins a little bit earlier. Someone texted in on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. It's like, can we save up enough NIL money to bring him back? Yeah. Well, he's a top 100 prospect this next year. I don't know what that would pay for a signing bonus, what you have to pay to get back.
The thing, a player like Acuff's thinking, the earlier you go, the likelihood of a third or a fourth NBA contract's there. It's not the first deal you're trying to get. It's the second deal that sets you up for life. Mm-hmm. A third deal in the NBA sets your grandkids up for life.
Yeah.
And if you get a fourth, if you play like LeBron, you play to your 80, it just doesn't matter at that point. But that's really, the earlier you start the clock, the odds of you getting a third deal in the NBA are better.
And it's the idea in the franchise, in their mind, it's the idea, well, this kid is going to impact our franchise not just for 8 years, he's going to impact it for 12.
I would love to know the percentage of guys that get in the league as a rookie that get second contracts. They get through the rookie deal and sign a second deal. I don't know the percentage on that, but a lot of them play up, have two-way deals, playing G League and going both back and forth. But getting that second true NBA deal is where you go from rich to wealthy.
You bring up Darius. I'm curious his role, and it's going to be based on where he gets drafted. But I'm curious if he can be in that Rookie of the Year conversation that Cooper Flagg and Con Knipple were in this past year. Is like does he translate as flawlessly as he did from high school to college? Is he to have that same impact, whatever NBA team he gets drafted to, as he did here at Arkansas? I don't know.
Well, no. I mean, you're playing with the best in the world.
I'm saying,
no.
like I said, again, the Rookie of the Year conversation is what I'm talking about. I mean, Cooper Flagg had 50 points.
He's going to have to pass a lot more, even though he's shown he was capable of doing it. He's a great passer. He had to score a lot when he was at Arkansas, but he's just going to probably have to be more of a facilitator in the NBA.
Yeah, you're probably right on that. All right, keeping your SEC update going. I keep wanting to say Vahiva. Kahil Aloy wins SEC Player of the Week. Hit 600, 9 hits, 3 straight home runs in each game, and 7 not in each game, but 3 home runs over 3 games, and 7 RBIs this past week for Kahil Aloy, who's now hitting above 300. Derek asked me about this yesterday. I had not seen it. Did you see the NCAA Baseball Rules Committee approved the SEC to use the automatic ball strike challenges in the conference tournament?
Yeah, I saw this yesterday. Of course, if you're watching any Major League Baseball, you're seeing it. I think it makes the game more interesting, and I think this is something that will become commonplace in college baseball 5 years from now. So why not test out? Maybe sooner than that.
Yeah, Cliff was texting in asking about it. You get 3 challenges. If you win the challenge, you retain the challenge, and only a pitcher, catcher, or hitter can request.
Let's not act like you can't holler out of the dugout and tell them to challenge.
Yeah, that's where my mind went. It's like,
I think the umpire ought to have a challenge too. Hey, I think I missed that one. Can we look at
it again?
I mean, most of these that I've seen in Major League Baseball where there's been a challenge, I've seen quite a few that were right, but they're all right there hanging on the edge of the box. And that's tough when you get to painting the edges of that box that's automated. But it's no different than tennis where they have line calls. And it's quick. That's the thing I like about this ABS stuff. It's quick.
Is it?
And it's consistent. So it doesn't take long, and they put it on the board, and everybody knows, and we play on it. It's a 10, 15-second deal. I wish basketball could become that efficient with replay.
Why is it, and I know the officials have the smaller screen, but it's really coming out of the SEC office, the review, or in the facility. Why does it take so much longer in the Southeastern Conference? It seems like at times when it comes to basketball and football, you don't really see baseball reviews as much anymore, but you still do occasionally. Why does it take so much longer when it seems like in the professional leagues, it's a snap decision, here we go. And 99% of the time they get it right, I feel like.
The truck getting the angles. Number one, the NBA does this 81 games a year in the regular season plus the playoffs. They're just more accustomed and they get faster. And I think the college game is getting better, but it's because you've got producers and you got replay people that are doing it. It's not the officials over there dialing up the tape. It's someone in the back in the truck that's putting those angles together. Football, basketball have more cameras, more angles. In baseball and what we're talking about with this ABS deal, there's only one thing to look at, and it's the computer part of the strike zone. So there is no third and fourth angle and was his foot in or out. Those calls on foul or fair or some other things they may go look at do take longer. This strike zone stuff, put it on the screen, boom, move on. So
I'm ready to see a national championship or something be determined by an ABS, like hanging on the balance of the call. That's going to happen at some point.
I mean, I wish they would install it because it's part of TrackMan and all of those things, because I've heard Phil and Bubba talk about it in the broadcast. The guys missing low, that they've made reference to it during the baseball broadcast. So it's the best way to evaluate who's getting it right, and it also helps the umpires know exactly where they need to be calling balls and where they need to be calling strikes. And I've seen in the Major League game, they make a big deal when an umpire plates a game and he gets them all right or only misses one in a game. They generally get that out on social media and praise his work for that game.
Speaking of Bubba was texting us when we played the Michael K. call, and he said, if you keep talking about the Yankees like that, you're going to end up being a fan. Might have to get you an Aaron Judge jersey. I remember, and I just had this. This was like I can't remember if it was a Rangers game or if it was something in Globe Live for the old Ranger Stadium, but I had this old Nolan Ryan jersey, and Phil was gracious enough, and Bubba was gracious enough one time. And funny enough, this was the first time we beat LSU in like a decade. I sat in, didn't say a word, just kind of watched them do their thing. Bubba's got the bat. Phil at the time had his peanut M&Ms and just kind of let them do their thing. And I walked in this Nolan Ryan jersey, not thinking anything of it. And Bubba, he was kidding with me, but he was just giving me a very hard time about that. Was not a huge fan of that organization. But Bubba, if you want to get an Aaron Judge jersey for me, Tommy, and Christian, we won't say no to that.
All right, that's your SEC update. It's brought to you by Arts Barbecue, Burgers, and more. First place I had to go when I got back from Scotland was to have some ribs at Arts. It was a great way to spend last Thursday night. Third of a rack of ribs on Thursdays with side of your choice is their Thursday special. Today, though, to kind of crank it back up on a Tuesday, they do pork chops. 2 big smoked pork chops slathered up in their Arts sauce. Couple sides of your choice, just $9.99. Don't forget, Saturdays is also $1 off all burgers. And if Mom wants something a little more casual, maybe Saturday night dinner at Arts would be the way to go with her. That's Arts Barbecue, Rogers Avenue, 2 doors east of Lowe's in Fort Smith. Great way to spend your day. And don't forget pork chops for lunch or dinner today at Arts on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
We hadn't gotten a chance to play this yet. Fernando Mendoza. So you just won the national championship. You just won the Heisman Trophy. But now you're the low man on the totem pole. He gets asked about the White House visit. Well, he's got stuff he's got to take care of.
And the trip to the White House, 11th, May later this month. Are you able to make that trip? Are you planning on going there?
I believe May 11th is the first day of OTAs. If I'm not mistaken, I have the calendar. However, I don't have the calendar. Sorry. Well, maybe I do. I'm sorry. I gotta check Teamworks. If it is on the first day of OTAs, like I said, I'm on the bottom of the totem pole here. I got to prove myself. I can't miss practice. I don't know anything official. I don't have the calendar, but I just wouldn't, as a rookie, I don't think that's a good look. And I want to, try to best serve my teammates. And I don't know if that'd be accomplishing that goal because it's, all that'd be, yeah.
I don't think I've ever wanted a non-Razorback to succeed more in the National Football League than this kid. I really don't. I had so much fun watching him this last year and listening to his quirky press conferences and the various things. He's in a situation where we've seen Razorbacks go to die. I hope he's not in that same situation. And they haven't been good since what? Post John Gruden, or right around John Gruden? Mm-hmm. Who was the coach then that took, because it was Bucks and Raiders, right? Who was the coach back then? You got any idea? I can't remember. Was Gannon still their quarterback?
I was thinking, Gannon.
He was their QB, I think. I can't remember who their head coach was. Either way, it's been 2+ decades, and honestly, they were better even before that in the 20th century with Al Davis. But I want this kid to succeed. I just don't know if he's in a situation.
It kind of reminds me of Andrew Luck a little bit. Just he went to Stanford. Both smart guys, both football IQ is good, and very underrated athletes. I mean, they're both very athletic.
Hey, the 48th anniversary sale at Burton Pools and Spas is underway. Doughboy pools up to up to $12.50 off on the above ground pools, and the semi in ground pools starting at just $17,999 during this sale. And they got the best warranty, and they're made in America, so you don't want to miss out on Doughboy. We're talking top quality when you get that. Also talking top quality and made in America with Hot Spring Spas, the #1 selling hot tub, starting at just $59 a month. So turn your backyard this summer into one that your friends and family always want to gather in at Burton Pools and Spas, and give them the summer that they'll never forget. Limited spots available for in-ground installation still this summer, so hurry in for exclusive anniversary savings at Burton Pools and Spas, Fort Smith, Greenland, Springdale, and Hot Springs, and online at burtonpools.com.
You got any thoughts on that?
On Mendoza?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I don't know how you don't root for him. He's like America's underdog, and even though he won the national title, because he relates and he's like one of us, so to speak. He's not your typical athlete saying what he's been trained to do. He doesn't have the looks of a Tom Brady. He's just a winner. He just guts it out and finds a way to win. You can tell he's not always been able to start at the front of the pack. He's had to work his way up, and I think we appreciate that about him. So yeah, it's easy to root for him.
He had one of the most signature college football moments in the history of the sport. Really, if you want to narrow it down the last 2 decades, that 4th and 5 that they converted, where Cignetti put all the chips at the front of the table and said, "We're doing this. We can't give." Carson Beck ended up throwing an interception at the end of that game. We got to go. They could have kicked the field goal. He said, "Nope, we're putting in our Heisman trophies." Hands, and he converted, and they ended up winning the national championship.
All right, we got trivia coming up. CJ's Butcher Boy Trivia. All right, let's get to that. First, Gaston's White River Resort's the place to get away. Spring is here, and summer's just around the corner. Kids got like 3 weeks of school left after this week, so if you're starting to think about those trips between Memorial Day and July 4th, there's something in July and August before they get back. I mean, summer flies. So now is the time to get on the horn with Gaston's and plan that week or weekend getaway at really Arkansas's favorite place to relax and unwind. And I noticed yesterday, just regular gasoline, $3.99 a gallon in some spots here in town. $3.99. So you driving far, you driving to the beach, or maybe you want to stay a little closer to home. Gaston's is a great place, and I promise you can have just as much fun and save a lot of money staying closer to home. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
And I guarantee you, we noticed it, they noticed it, and I know our hitter noticed it, and it fired him up.
This is the Morning Rush.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. If you're going to do some cold water bass fishing, you need to be using an Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. It's the best lure for duplicating a small school of shad and can be worked from the top of the water column to the bottom. Whether you're trying to win a bass tournament or whoop up on a bunch of white bass and stripers, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. will catch them. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
Take it from Arkansas greats, Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big national sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local.
Making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for, only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com, RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
You laughing, Tommy? I'm being dead serious.
This is the Morning Rush.
Take your dining to a whole new level at Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant. You'll find the finest cuts of steak and the freshest seafood in an amazing atmosphere. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant is at Chaffee Crossing, across from the Arkansas Colleges of Health Education on Chad Colley Drive. When your night deserves the best, call 597-4081 for reservations or book online at Toast. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant, your destination for not only great food, but an amazing experience.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at GoForsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at GoForsgren.com.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your home. If your garage door needs repair or you're ready for a new look, call Precision Garage Door. From broken springs and openers to brand new doors, they provide expert service and professional installation. Fully licensed and insured, with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers, and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call 844-PDS-DOOR or visit PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Precision Garage Door, voted the best in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Smalls here, if you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds can turn into sinus infections that last weeks, ruining your perfect vacation getaway. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy, it's stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy at home. It includes prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of illnesses. So if you wake up sick, at home, or on the road, you have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, and no pharmacy lines. Also, no copays. Match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor. Start meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs a medical emergency kit, so order yours online in minutes. It's shipped right to your door. Save $45 with my promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. That's promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Auto Park has the best used cars in town. We take more trades than anyone. One look at the variety and quality of our selection proves it. All makes and models. One-owner trades, corporate leases, executive demos. Get top dollar for your trade. Keep the cash or use it to upgrade. Possibly lower your payment. If you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle, Orr Auto Park is the place to look. Go to OrrAutoPark.com to find your next vehicle.
You'll always get more at Orr.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Anybody interested in grabbing a couple of burgers?
Those are good burgers, brother.
Archer Burger, my God.
This is CJ's Trivia Tuesday, presented by CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers in Fayetteville and Russellville.
I got the shakes that'll make you quit. I got the fries that'll cross your eyes. I got the burgers that'll...
When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best.
When he was fouling off pitches and getting that, our fans started making a lot of noise. And I guarantee you, we noticed it, they noticed it, and I know our hitter noticed it.
Talking about Christian Turner after he hit that walk-off home run that Stevie H hit the Swatters Club yesterday. You brought up Dave Van Horn's coaching tree. You've got a former Razorback assistant that's on the OU staff who you're bringing and welcoming in this weekend. We'll just take a text for this. CJ's Trivia Tuesday. Who is the former Arkansas assistant, who one time was at Wichita State as the head coach, that is in town this weekend with the Oklahoma Sooners? Got to text it in, 877-377-6963 for a $28 or $25 gift card to CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers. Spencer got it right. Tommy, what is the correct answer?
Todd Butler.
Todd Butler in town this weekend. DVH talked about it yesterday. Apparently, there's a possibility of him maybe move back to Northwest Arkansas post-coaching because of how much he enjoyed the area.
He loves the fishing here.
He does. He does. Billy and Fort Smith, you also got it right. But, Spencer, you were the first up. Todd Butler. You get a $25 gift card to the best burger place in all of Arkansas. By the way, it is NWA Burger Week. 30 restaurants, including CJ's, are donating $1 to the Northwest Arkansas Food Bank. So when you stop by CJ's and see Keith and his team, part of that goes to the Northwest Arkansas Food Bank that they're donating this week. Keith loves to get involved in these type of things. CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers, when all you do are burgers, they have to be the best. All right, coming up, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Big C on halftime for Tommy Kraft and Christian, who stepped in for Colton. I'm Ty. That's coming up next.
Hog fans, this is Robert.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback, the only local family and Arkansas alumni Razorback store in the state.
And the stadium